Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Don't want to knock all this down if I can help it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, what today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Man, there's a lot to talk about today. There is a lot to talk about, so get yourself a little snack. I don't know that it'll necessarily mean the vlog will be super long, but there's still a lot to talk about. I'm cleaning this fan for a few reasons. For one, because I don't clean the fan, because I don't run the fan. When you don't run the fan gets dirty and dusty, and then also you just don't think about the fan. But I'm in a position where I need to think about the fan. Why do I need to think about the fan? Well, it is currently 79 degrees upstairs, which is insane because it is 70 degrees downstairs. And that really sucks. It means it's nice and pleasant and cool downstairs, and I come upstairs and I am in a sauna. And we already it was a few months ago we disconnected the AC unit, and I can already tell you that we're going to have to get that hooked back up. But when I disconnected it, I threw away all of the foam that went around the window to make sure that it was, in the window really good. So I threw all of that away because we had cut it to size, and it was nasty. It was full of bugs and everything. So threw all that away, and now, sorry, I'm gonna put you up here. I need to hook it all back up, and I need to get the foam and cut it all and basically do it all over again. And I'm willing to do that, but I can't do that yet. And in the meantime, I'm dying. It is so hot up here, and I can make it, survivable if I turn the air super, super down. Like if I put the air on and I have it cranked to 68 on, then it'll get to maybe 75 up here. So it's I can survive. But then it's freezing downstairs and Mal suffers. So it's not really a great situation for everyone. So I'm well, I can run the fan again. So that is my plan, is to run the fan again. Okay, sorry, I know that every time a fan blade runs into the camera, it's probably causing you a loud thunk. All right, that's it's not perfect, but it's relatively clean, and I'm hoping that this will help a little bit. Beautiful fan, beautiful fan. Again, this is not a permanent solution. This is a temporary solution until I can get this marvelous thing hooked back up to that window. All right, so let's talk about some other things. One of the things that folks have been waiting on, I've been waiting on, God knows, is the biopsy results from the endoscopy. Did I leave the fan on? Good, I want the fan on. When they did the endoscopy, however long ago that was, over a week, 2 weeks ago, they took a sample, which I don't like to think about because that's gross. They took a sample to test for celiac and H. pylori because we've tested for H. pylori in a few different ways, but taking a direct sample from inside the stomach is a pretty good way of knowing for sure. I got those results today. I am negative for H. pylori, and I'm also negative for celiac. Okay, we are still waiting on the CAT scan, which I have a date for. It's going to be the end of March. I think I've talked about that already on the vlog, but it's going to be the end of March. I'm looking forward to it, and I wish it was sooner because I haven't been feeling super great. Yesterday was a very weird day for me. Since October, I have had some level of discomfort every day, but I haven't really suffered any nausea. Yesterday, that started. So I'm still dealing with the pressure in my stomach. I can definitely feel that there is something there. It feels like a little, somewhere between a golf ball and a baseball size, something is swelled or whatever is in me. So I'm dealing with that, which already hurts and is not fun. But starting yesterday, I started getting I was just real sick on my stomach from the time I woke up. I had pressure extending all the way up through my chest and in my esophagus, all the way up into my throat. And I was dealing with what Mal described as heartburn. I don't ever get heartburn. I don't ever get any of that stuff, but that's what I felt like all day yesterday. And I was also getting a little bit of acid reflux. And that just lasted all day yesterday. And I was like, oh, what is this fun thing? Oh, how exciting. And so happy to announce that is just continuing today, where it feels like, it's hard to describe it. It feels almost like I got my stomach in my throat. Like the back of my throat just burns just a little bit, and my whole like tract from my throat down to my stomach just feels weird or irritated or something. So don't know what that's about. Super excited. And my CAT scan's not for several more weeks. So I guess we'll just see what happens. Now, I am happy to announce that I do have a follow-up meeting with that GI doctor who did the endoscopy on Thursday, at which point Mal and I will mention the things that are going on to see if there's any other things that we should do before the CT scan. Because we were reading about it, and apparently if it's a gallbladder issue, which there's a high possibility this could be, there are apparently some better tests than the CT scan. So we might do some other thing. We'll ask the doctor about it on Thursday. Either way, just want to scream. Other things that are happening today. Again, I told you there's a lot going on. There was an Apple event. I know some folks are probably like, oh man, is he going to do an Apple vlog with him and Chaz and Dan and Alex? We didn't get the chance to do that because I knew that there was other stuff going on today, but we did watch the event. However, it's probably good that we didn't try to do our traditional Apple event vlog because Discord went down for hours in the middle of the event. So if we would have been trying to have made the normal video like we do, it would not have worked. It would have broken. So I guess it's kind of good that we didn't do it. All that being said, I did watch the event. So here's like a few quick thoughts about it. New iPhone SE. Good. That's a objectively good thing. It's a cheap iPhone for folks who either want to stay in the Apple ecosystem and do it as inexpensive as possible, for folks that maybe are entering the Apple ecosystem, or folks who just either want a small phone or Touch ID. There's a few folks that just really like Touch ID. The Apple SE has chosen to keep Touch ID, so it's a good phone. It also has the A15 chip in it. So if you've been on if you've had like an older iPhone, like if you're still using like a 5, a 6, or a 7, and you are like very begrudgingly wanting to upgrade, you're like, I don't really want to upgrade, but I guess I will. I would get the SE. It's $400. It's going to be a huge jump up from any of those phones, and it won't have all the bells and whistles of like, the 12 or the 13, but it has a lot of them. Like it's still a great phone, and it'll serve you well for many years. So if you're looking at an iPhone and you want an inexpensive, model, the SE is literally what you should be considering. So there was that. There was also an upgrade to the iPad Air. That's neat. I don't care much about the iPad line, so I was just like, okay. And then the big news today, which I know that folks really probably wanted my opinion about the most, is there is a completely new Mac computer filling a gap which was created a few years ago when Apple unveiled the latest Mac Pro and was like, this machine starts at $6,000, and immediately priced out a ton of people. Pricing the Mac Pro at $6,000 is fine if you are a company that is buying a ton of them for your studio, your employees, and money is not a problem. You just do whatever you want. But for everyone else, $6,000 is an astounding amount of money for a computer, especially when you consider that for that price, it wasn't even that much greater than the iMac, an iMac Pro at the time. So in order to really spec it out, you started to quickly approach like $10,000, $12,000, an astoundingly expensive computer. So then you were in this weird spot where like the only options for Mac desktops were the Mac Mini, the iMac, and the Mac Pro, which was prohibitively expensive. And in 2020, when I needed to upgrade to a new computer, the Mac Pro was not even an option for me because it's just so expensive. It doesn't make any sense. So I ended up going with the iMac, even though I didn't really need the screen with the iMac. It's been a great computer. It's been a great screen, but I probably would have done things differently if I would have had the option. Today, Apple unveiled the Mac Studio, which is basically that middle-of-the-road option between the Mac Mini and the Mac Pro, and it's just an astoundingly good computer. Now, if you still want the screen, an iMac is still a great option, but if you don't need it, you can now just get a good middle-of-the-road Mac computer, and that's wonderful. The other interesting thing is that they are still going to be making a new Mac Pro at some point, probably next year, and it really makes you wonder what the heck that thing is going to be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out sometime next year. So, I've had folks already curious, like, are you upset that, you ended up getting the iMac? No, the iMac's a great computer, and I'm going to stick with it. Like, it's met my needs, which is the most important thing. So it'll be a computer I have for many years, I'm sure. But if the Mac Studio would have existed in 2020, would I have bought that instead? Absolutely. Absolutely. So if anyone is, in the market for a Mac specifically, and you're interested in a Mac Mini, but you really wish it was a little more powerful, now you have a computer, because they're good. And in some ways, they actually completely outclass elements of the Mac Pro. So again, really makes you wonder what's going to happen with the Mac Pro when they finally update that next year. Anyway, so I've talked about so many things already today. Guess what else today is? Kep's like, I don't know. Tell me, Dad. What is it? Well, Kepler, it is also our 14th dating anniversary. It was 14 years ago today that I told Mal, hey, I like you. And she was like, oh? It didn't happen exactly like that, but that's the gist of it. We started dating, or I guess realistically e-dating, 14 years ago, and it's been a good run. I've enjoyed it so far. I hope we get to go for another 14. So this evening, we would like to go out and do something, get dinner somewhere, eat something nice. So I told Mal that she was in charge of figuring that out. Did you figure something out?
I have a few options. I want you to pick.
A few options are good. So probably here soon, we'll go get a nice little anniversary dinner. I'm looking forward to it. Happy we're home.
Someone's always happy.
Yeah. Admittedly, yeah. Good boy, Cappy. Good boy. I didn't think that we were going to wind up at Clark's.
Yeah.
We were talking about some other places, but then we were like, we just go to Clark's. So we went to Clark's. But it's nice.
Yeah. We don't order a dessert every time.
No, we don't.
I don't think we've ever had creme brulee there.
We've had creme brulee there once. We've been to Clark's, a few times over the years. So I don't think we've ever ordered anything other than creme brulee.
Yeah.
So when they were like, "Do you want dessert?" and we're like, "What you got?" And that was good. The cheesecake was good. And I get a burger, but like I haven't had a burger in a while because I'm looking at the menu and a lot of, it's a chop house, so a lot of times you get a steak there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't think I want a steak, I
didn't want one either.
Yeah. Before we left, I was talking about maybe getting some sort of seafood. I was like, I haven't had shrimp in a while. We got there and I was like, I haven't had a burger in a while. Burger sounds good. So yeah, it was nice though. It's nice to just celebrate. It's nice to go out. We haven't had a date in a while. Mm-hmm. It's been a bit.
Yeah.
But that we'll probably try to start having them, a little bit more regularly. I mean, we've done some stuff at home.
Yeah.
We watched Lord of the Rings.
We did. And that was great.
What is more of a date than gee, Mr. Frodo, I don't know if you can do this, Mr. Frodo. You fall down every 6 minutes. Starting to think maybe I should have stayed in the Shire, Mr. Frodo. Anyway. It's been a good 14 years.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that we'll have another great 14.
I think so.
I think that we will. I'm looking forward to the future. And the future starts tomorrow. Or now, or whenever the future is. In 2 minutes, it'll be the future. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?